5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to a very special edition of Eat the Buckle, the podcast that normally puts two horror movies in a weekly head-to-head matchup where we choose the loser. But this week, we find ourselves just me and Aaron again. As Aaron, I have some news for you. I don't know if you received this, but I got an email, or sorry, registered mail. I get those two confused a lot. From the law offices of Shinkman P. Worrell Esquire.
Oh no.
Subject: litigation.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like Josh is taking us to court, or at least threatening, on the grounds of psychological damages resulting from exposure to Bunnyman Massacre.
Yeah, it got real dark that last episode towards the end.
Yeah. So I'll just read a little bit. I don't know what I'm legally obligated or can't say, but
I was going to say, what is your lawyer said?
Well, the funny thing is, our lawyer is Shinkman P. Worrell for the podcast, so I don't know how this is going to work out.
Seems like a conflict of interest.
It does. So I'll talk to him after this, but it says, "Dear Mr. Blank and Mr. Blank," that would be us.
Mm-hmm.
Say Jared and Aaron. "This correspondence serves as a formal notice by my client, hereinafter referred to as the victim, pursuing legal action in response to his coerced viewing and discussion of the 2014 motion picture Bunnyman Massacre as part of the shared podcast Eat the Buckle. Said exposure has resulted in documented psychological trauma, including but not limited to noticeable 40-second long delays in conversation responses, excessive feeding of meat to rabbits,
mm-hmm.
and uncontrollable switching between dialect."
Oh.
So those are three of the things that Josh is claiming he's having problems with. And he's saying, it goes on, but he's saying that he will not continue the show if we continue to do Bunnyman, which is, I know everyone's tuning in today.
Waiting.
We're gonna have MASH series finale levels of viewers, listeners, to tune in to see if Bunnyman Massacre makes the shit locker or not, but we can't give them that today because Josh is suing us, so we're gonna have to figure this out.
I mean, this is where I become the Southern lawyer and go, "Ladies and gentlemen of the court here today, I must tell you one vital bit of information in which the defendant's cowards should not be," there's going to be a slide whistle, "should not be held accountable in this litigation affair due to the fact that they did not pick the Bunnyman Massacre."
That's well, I think that rests our case, and I'd like to see how Shinkman P. Worrell Esquire argues this in court, representing both of us.
In a mirror, I believe.
Yeah.
In front of a mirror.
Something tells me this will get dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe amicably, maybe not. We'll see. This could put a further wedge between us. But
I feel we will have Josh tied up in front of his computer discussing next week.
Yes.
Bunnyman Massacre versus Creepshow 3.
Yeah. So do not fret, listeners. We will get to that. Come hell or high water, come litigation or not, you will hear whether or not Bunnyman Massacre makes it to the shit locker. Boy, it's going to be it's going to be an episode, because me and Aaron have watched Creepshow, and I'll keep the cards close to the vest here, but it's bad.
There's a reason why I never heard of Creepshow 3, and I've discovered it this week.
It'll be a real test to see if it makes it or not, but we'll get there in due time, hopefully next week. But we'll sort all this out. But
well, I'm glad then that you brought this piece of mail with you today, because when I found out that Josh was going to be available, I figured we needed some place to go to calm ourselves down.
Yes.
Since it was getting heated anyway, and I thought all three of us would be here, but instead it's just the two of us here at the Planetarium, where the wonders of the universe expand out in front of your consciousness that can barely comprehend anything beyond movies, and specifically horror movies.
The vastness of the universe is helping calm me and getting me through this.
It pales in comparison to the terribleness of Bunny Man Massacre. Oh
God. And much like Drive-In Massacre, I'm glad you invited me here so that we could have this weighty discussion at a public place. About life and our possible career going forward with this podcast.
So let's put all that aside and just say to the two of us, let's have instead of a walk around the lake or a fireside chat, we'll sit here in the planetarium where we paid our $10 to not pay attention to the show and talk about some of our favorite blockbusters, which is different than the last lakeside walks that we did, where this is just some of our favorite blockbusters that may or may not be horror adjacent.
Yeah, so we're in the midst of summer, where that's blockbuster season, and so we thought it would be interesting to talk about a couple horror adjacent, or some semblance of horror in the franchise. It could be a franchise or not, or just a single blockbuster. But so we'll bring
any franchise that has episode 1, The Phantom Menace, in it. That could be a horror show.
Sure. Are you a fan? Are you? I know you used to be a Marvel guy. You used to like going to. Are you a summer blockbuster guy?
Not really. No. I looked at the list of the last 50 years worth, and honestly, I've seen less of them in a movie theater, or not even seen them for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see if there's like a huge event one. I'll try to see it. Maybe like that's kind of why I was scrambling to get caught up on the Mission Impossible ones for the new one, which I didn't end up seeing.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, I'll try to get to. Or if it's something like the last Indiana Jones or something that was kind of near and dear to me as a child, or that I have interest in. But I don't do the Marvels. I don't, I'm not going to go see something just because it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
But there are some exceptions. But generally, I don't really care about blockbusters.
Well, what's your first pick?
I went with the Christopher Nolan Batmans. I think especially the first one. Was it the first one that had Scarecrow in it?
Yeah.
As the villain. I remember watching that in theaters, and that was at a time where I didn't give a shit about anything related to comic book movies, even before I was burnt out on them, because I kind of predated the Marvel burnout. But I remember hearing so many people talking about like how cool it was visually, and as a Christopher Nolan fan, so I went to see it, and I was kind of blown away with all the psychedelical, like when Scarecrow gasses people and they have like their crazy visions, and a lot of that stuff was kind of intense and scary. And I remember thinking like, man, if there's like kids coming to see this is not a kids movie at all.
Of course, it's PG-13. You're going to take your 6-month-old child to see it at 9:00 at night. Yeah.
And then, subsequently, The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. I feel like there's just an intensity and like a darkness to those movies that kind of put them where they could, be classified as scary. Maybe not so much the third one, but
I was gonna say, now you have to talk about the terrible third.
I have forgotten actually, I mean, this is dark to talk about.
The third one, Jared.
Dark to talk about and revisit, but I do remember seeing that in theaters, and that was the movie where that dipshit shot up the theater in Colorado. So I do remember sitting there and being like terrified while watching it, not because of the subject matter, but just because of the news at the time. But the third one I don't remember anything about at all, except Heinz Stadium getting blown up.
That was my first almost in a movie was that third one. I didn't make the cut.
You were there though, right?
No, I went in and I don't know that it was an audition to be an extra, but for some reason they took photos of you. That's weird.
They're
I
like,
mean, it was legit. It wasn't like just a creeper.
How many layers of clothes were you wearing in these photos?
I may actually had this shirt on. I don't know.
You're like, excuse me, sir, aren't I supposed to be in a football stadium? Why am I wearing a thong?
Yeah, no. It wasn't like that. But like, yeah, you just had everything that you had to give for vitals. No blood type, but they wanted to know your inseam, basically all your measurements for wardrobe, your height, and yeah, it was ridiculous. Now, when I finally did get into to be a background actor, I think is the technical term now.
I always forget that you were.
It was nothing that involved. It was, are you available to show up on date A, B, and C? Yes. Come on.
A little less of a scale of.
Yeah, that was more of an independent film,
Yeah.
so I get that. But it was hilarious how much different that experience was between, all right, we need you to stand here under studio lighting and be photographed, and X, Y, and Z that they went through. But yeah, regardless, the Batman movies for me, I don't know. I will, since Josh isn't here, I'll go out on the limb like he likes to and say The Dark Knight is overrated.
And the second one?
Yeah, the second one. And the first one, I think is boring once you get past a certain point. But I like them. I mean, I don't go out of my way. I haven't seen them for probably 8-10 years. But if it was on or nothing else was on, like, if you ask me, I'd rather watch the Tim Burton one than any of the other Nolan ones.
I would too. The first Tim Burton one, just in a sense of for this topic of conversation, I went with that. But like the second one, I like it as an action film. I think it's a cinematic achievement. There's some shit in there that's pretty fantastic, and Heath Ledger's good. I hesitate to say it, but obviously, I think the elephant in the room being, had he not died, immediately after filming that, probably wouldn't have won the Oscar. Probably wouldn't have been as big as it was. So I think that definitely had a hand in it. But I still enjoy it as as a blockbuster. I think the first one's fucking awesome, just as a movie, let alone a superhero movie.
Which one had the chase with the tumbler, where it looked like they destroyed part of Chicago to make it? Was that the second one?
I think that's the second one, if I'm remembering correctly. It has been a while since I've seen them. I'm actually looking at the box set of them on Blu-ray, so I should maybe check those out again. But yeah, that's the one that came first to mind when thinking about this. I have a couple others, but we'll see what time allows. But go ahead and give us yours. Oh wait, actually, real quick, I was going to ask you, bring it. So were you at the picket line for the actors strike? Since a lot of that was based on background actors and their likeness being used, did you go out there with your fellow thespians?
No, I didn't get a letter.
Well,
or a text.
You would have got shit done a lot sooner had they invited you out there to join them.
Was that
their
part
loss?
When was that?
That was with the big actors strike a couple.
Oh,
years
you're talking
ago.
about the actual SAG strike.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was somehow there was a guild of background actors.
the BAG, the bag. You should start the bag. You can be the president.
And they'll never use a single member because they'll just be like, you know what? Background, it's all Star Wars LucasArts now. It's all AI. Forget it.
Yeah, because that was a big driving factor, was that they were just going to take likeness of someone in the background and just use it and perpetuity forever. So
Yeah.
actually, you had they taken your likeness from, what was it called? Or
The
do you
Dark
even want to
Knight?
say it? No,
Oh.
the one you were in.
What was the name?
Something. It was
Out of the
it was-
Furnace.
It was a
Out
Bale
of-
film.
Out of the Furnace.
Yeah. Wow, it all comes full circle. It was a Christian Bale movie. So they could have just taken your likeness from that and then put you in thousands of movies.
All right. Do you want to hear my Christian Bale story?
I'd love to.
I don't know if I've ever shared this. I'm sure I had.
If you have, I've likely forgotten it, but go ahead.
So I don't know, to you, the listener out there, if you've never been a background actor.
A bag.
Part of the bag. There'll be links at the end of this. Anyway, number one, tenet that you cannot break. Oh, Tenet. Sorry.
Another
Christopher
Nolan
Nolan.
film. Hey, we're dropping them like
Just
crazy now.
stepping on all these pun mines. Anyway, the number one thing that you cannot do is, or you are told not to do, is look the actor in the eye if you're on set.
Like they're a silverback gorilla.
Yeah, as if you're at the zoo and you shouldn't make the polar bears upset or the orca upset or the silverback gorilla is going to attack you. Right. So, to anyone that's never been a background actor or extra in a movie, it is the absolute most boring thing you can think of next to standing in line to get on an airplane. It is miserable.
Mm-hmm.
It is 5 hours of doing the exact same thing. Maybe you get a break. The break that you get for lunch is the worst food you will ever eat. And then you go back and you do the same thing again and again and again till you get up to the point where they're going to have to start paying you overtime and they shuttle you out for the next group of people.
Mm-hmm.
So after lunch, I says, how can I get kicked off of here and still get paid for my morning? And I thought to myself, all right, well, I'll go ahead and leave. And they would let you be like, all right, you need to be back here by 1 o'clock or whatever for pickups. So on my way through, and for whatever reason, they had the actors' trailer set between where we queued up and where we were actually filming because it was closer for them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, now that I'm talking this out loud. So I'm walking through the trailer town, and who do I see but Christian Bale walking towards me?
Sure.
And I think, this is perfect. I'm going to get fired right here. So I look him dead in the face. I make eye contact. He makes eye contact. And I nod at him. He nods at me. And we go our separate ways. And all I could think of was, son of a bitch, I wanted to get kicked off this set. So, nice guy. For the millisecond that he looked at me and looked through me and never recognized me as a person, thanks.
I have heard
for not getting me kicked off.
I mean, you ran the risk of him going silverback on you.
Yeah, because
not just getting fired, but getting.
It was that Terminator movie that everyone freaked out about. Like,
yeah.
What an ass! No, he's done enough stuff that, again, it's Hollywood, so you put this at arm's length. But he's done enough stuff that kind of offset some of the earlier shitty stuff. Hopefully,
I'll say this to that, like his public blow up that's been circulated. You listen to it and it's terrible. No one should talk to somebody like he did. No one should treat anyone like that. But I've heard on other podcasts, people that were on that set that have said like that lighting guy or whatever grip or whoever it was like a piece of shit and was always fucking up takes. And because of him, they had to they were behind schedule.
Yeah.
This is not for me. This is what I like from several different people talking about it. Where like, everyone wanted to scream at this guy, and Christian Bale finally just went off. Like, again, nobody should be talked to like that, but like,
well, the
apparently
lighting
he
gaffer,
fucked up enough that
the lighting gaffer probably did not enjoy the food.
So,
reason number one why you want to get kicked off a movie: food's terrible. I'm done.
I'm guessing you weren't getting the same food that the face talent was getting.
No, and Casey Affleck I saw, and he was like very short. He maybe came up to my chest.
So he puts on stilts for his performances.
Yeah, I think so. They break
Like-
the Apple box out for him.
Wow.
He was
Another
smoking a lot too.
another quality man. He's been Me Too'd, right? Or
I
something
don't
like
know.
that. I
I
think
don't
he
know.
was. I think he gotten some shit. I don't
For
know.
some-
Allegedly.
For
Don't let...
someone that likes movies, I don't really pay attention.
Well, we don't watch good movies, though. That's the thing. Speaking of, let's get to your blockbuster.
All right, my blockbuster goes
Horror,
back.
horror adjacent.
First, oh, you know what? Before I get into it, last aside. So it's not that I'm stalling to come up with one. It is the fact that you're picking of Christopher Nolan Batman movies made me, in my research, which you know me, I love to do my research.
Sure.
I'm looking at the AP earlier today, and they had an article called like the top summer movies of all time for the North American box office. And I realized when I looked at this article, there was no actual written by attributed to it. So I thought, oh, this is an unpaid intern, or which is the euphemism for AI. And I'm getting through here, and I go all the way back to 2008. In 2008, it says The Lion King, PG-13, Warner Brothers. And I thought to myself, that seems weird. What came out? So, of course, first I was like, how did Warner Brothers release The Lion King? And I thought maybe it was something to do with like the stage show.
Yeah.
So I put in Lion King 2008, and it comes up with the Tony Awards. And I thought, okay, well, that's still going to be Disney. So then I look up somewhere else, IMDb, for the biggest summer blockbuster movies. And AP, with who I trust more than anybody, had The Dark Knight as The Lion King.
Wow.
Which, yes, The Dark Knight, The Lion King, sure. I could see how you could get that mixed up at 3 a.m. trying to make a deadline.
Really? You can?
Yeah. Not really. No.
I think the only letter they have in common is K.
Well, T and K.
K, yeah. Maybe a couple more in there, but
Yeah.
Nothing.
No. So that, do better, AP. Do better.
It's the world we're in, man.
Oh my God. So yeah, my go-to summer blockbuster has to be Ghostbusters from 1984. I actually saw this in the theaters as a child. I don't know what my dad was thinking. I wasn't a 6-month-old, but I was a toddler. I would have been going on 4, and it was between that and Temple of Doom. And
that's another good one for the...
Oh yeah. So my brother and I and my dad went to that one. My uncle and my mom went to go see Temple of Doom. Because my brother was a big Indiana Jones fan and he wanted to go, but they're like, it looks a little severe. This, of course, before PG-13.
Sure. Yeah.
So they wanted to see. But as soon as The Librarian came out, I screamed. I started crying. I had the hands on my face.
Oh, wow.
And I could just imagine how many people were pissed. I feel so bad as an adult that my dad did this. And then I swear I saw the movie behind at least 3 eyes over my face the entire time. Because it would get quiet and then I'd see some dumb shit like Slimer or whatever.
Yeah.
And then freak out because, again, you're 3 years old. But I can still remember like having my hands there and like shaking, crying.
Did you make it through the whole movie?
Yeah, we stayed the whole, of course. We didn't have a lot of money growing up, so we, by God, we're going to stay and enjoy the movie. And my brother goes, you can take your hands off your face. The movie's over. And as soon as he said that and I did it, Slimer came towards the screen. Ivan Reitman, fuck you as a child. But I screamed, and I'm sure everybody in the audience just groaned at that point.
No, he didn't do anything wrong taking you that. It's a PG movie. How
it was
he
a
to know?
PG. Well, don't.
I'm sure it was
3-year-old.
marketed as like, here's these 4 funny guys from, you may know them from SNL, and here's Slimer who looks goofy. I doubt they showed this scarier parts in the.
I
I don't
I
remember trailers or anything.
think in the trailer they show the montage of ghosts, like
Mm,
the taxi ghost,
yeah.
which was
Oh,
scary
the
as
taxi
hell.
ghost scared me. I didn't see it in theaters. Um, at least, I mean, I would have been one, so I have no recollection. But I mean, that was for us as little kids. That 10 years later was still like our identity. It's
Yeah,
like Ghostbusters, man. The last staying power that had. Even today, I mean, it's still an ongoing franchise where they bring the legacy characters back. But at that time, man, I do remember the first time I saw that the cab driver got the librarian scared me, but
librarian. Yeah,
the librarian, especially when she turns into
the raw.
the whatever she turns
Mhm.
into and flies at them. But I don't think Slimer ever really scared me. I always just thought he was a little goofy looking. But yeah, that cabbie really got me.
I think I was probably 2 years too young to enjoy Slimer. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously they had Slimer in the cartoons and comics, but
yeah.
yeah, that just was too much as a kid. And I probably watch that movie not every year, but at least like every 18 months.
Yeah, that's a regular rotation for me. I've probably seen it. That Teen Wolf and Wet Hot American Summer, I've probably seen more than any other movie ever made. And you know what? Damn it, I don't know if Teen Wolf was a blockbuster, but if it was, it should be on this list.
The one movie that I was amazed, and I don't know why, but again, going back 50 years to Jaws, next year,
Sure.
the summer blockbuster was The Omen.
Oh yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
only seen that once.
I was gonna ask like how many actual horror summer blockbusters. I know like the Conjuring kind of is now.
Well, let's see. Let's just go off
The
of
Omen.
North American. As long as they didn't mix up anything else on here, they've got Alien in '79.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters we talked about. Ghost.
God.
That's it. Once you get to the aughts, it is nothing but Sony and Disney and Warner Brothers every once in a while.
They need to, yeah. I'm glad, like, Conjuring Diminishing Returns. I enjoyed the first one. Second one was okay. And then it just, then they have the whole universe of it, the Conjureverse, where it's just kind of a bummer. But, like, there needs to be more of that kind of summer blockbuster where, word of mouth gets out, like, hey, this is awesome. Go see it. And it just kind of out of nowhere becomes a whole fucking franchise.
Well, the Sixth Sense is the only movie I can think of horror wise.
Yeah.
That was like that came out in the summer that people started talking about it, and we were like, I think, we were in high school.
Yeah, and the only other one I can really think of, like 28 Days Later was huge. Like no one.
Or no, I graduated that summer. So guess who
Sixth
it lost? Guess who the Sixth Sense lost to?
What for Blockbuster?
Blockbuster.
Was
Yeah,
that
it
Private
wasn't
Ryan.
No, it was the Phantom Menace.
Oh boy, yeah, what a bummer. But yeah, I remember 28 Days Later being a phenomenon out of nowhere, and that's kind of blossomed into a franchise. I guess the new one was kind of a blockbuster. That kind of, so they're still there, I guess.
Yeah,
but not in the sense of like, huge, gigantic numbers. But some other ones just as we wrap up here, because I think our Planetarium show is ending.
Yeah, they're
gonna kick us
past
out.
Pluto.
Yeah, I see the custodians in the aisles with their mops ready to come in and clean up. So just some honorable mentions that I thought of were Terminator, the first one especially. It's kind of like almost a slasher movie the way it's laid out. Then I had Jurassic Park.
Kind
of,
which that's on my to watch list this summer.
I couldn't give a shit about the new one. That's kind of one where I maybe would go just for the spectacle of it, see it in IMAX or something. But like the trailers for that, I'm like, these are not dinosaurs anymore.
Nope.
Just make a monster movie and not call it Jurassic Park.
How hard is it to make a film where the number one things kids, well, used to love, I mean, I guess now it's probably screen time, but used to be dinosaurs. They don't want to see mutant dinosaurs. Just show them a fucking dinosaur.
Yep. Just do what like movies have done before. Like 28 Days Later kind of did this. Not to, I mean, very, very, very small spoiler, but like the new 28 Days Later kind of is saying like the sequel never existed. We're just going to act as if the first one was the only movie in the franchise. Like, just do that with Jurassic Park. Just make a new They've already done it with like Jurassic World and all that shit. Just make a Jurassic Park where it just says, you know what? None of the other shit that came before this, other than the first movie, ever existed. And like, we're just going back to like a law firm is going back to clean up like whatever they need to do to cover their asses, and then shit goes down again. Like, just do that.
Yep.
It's not that fucking hard, guys. Just make a dinosaur movie called Jurassic Park, not these new mutated Godzilla looking things.
It's just there to sell you plastic shit.
Yes.
Like Funkos or some other horse shit. Like, just to sell you the new model of some dumb looking thing.
Absolutely.
It's not a T-Rex.
Well, I think the last Jurassic Park I watched was whichever first one had Pratt in it.
Was that Jurassic World?
Yeah.
Which is 10 years old. That seems like it just, oh God. This is
there's been like 5 more since then. And I
shake our fists at the clouds.
I couldn't do it. It was just such a departure from what
I couldn't even go back to the one where they brought the original crew back.
Yeah, I think that was 3. Which to me is the only other decent one. I hated.
No. I mean Jurassic
like
World
the legacy one. Yeah. Nope. Couldn't give a shit. I'm a Sam Neill head, and I didn't even care about his most iconic character coming back into his best known franchise. But
my last statement of the day is this is why I can't respect Rotten Tomatoes. Because they had a list called the best summer blockbuster films.
Mm-hmm.
Again, whatever aggregate came up with this. Number 9, just before The Dark Knight, which you already mentioned, is J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. Sandwiched between The Dark Knight at number 8 and Star Wars Episode 4. And at number 10, you had number 9, Star Trek. So this is why I don't ever go to Rotten Tomatoes. Because today is the first time in years that I did, and I saw it as a link. I brought it up. Number 1 was E.T. Jaws is back at 12.
Wow.
Garbage.
That's insane.
Garbage.
Yeah, anyway. I love looking at Rotten Tomatoes and seeing like a review that'll have a tomato icon, and then it'll be like, bummed me out, total shit, I wanted to kill myself while I watched this. You're like, what? How's that add up to a tomato review?
Just terrible.
But yeah, so they're starting to usher us out here. So listeners, let us know your favorite horror adjacent summer blockbuster, and hit us up at Blue Sky at BucklePod at Blue Sky or BucklePod at Gmail, and let us know your thoughts. We'll be back hopefully next week with the highly anticipated will they or won't they?
The penultimate episode of the
podcast.
Epic
of the entire podcast. But yeah, we'll hopefully be back all together, one big happy non-lawyer involved family. So we'll see you then.
I don't know what Josh says. Bye, Buckle Buddies.
Yeah,
I'm not legally allowed to say that.
Oh shit, we're gonna get
screwed. There will be another letter.
Save some room for next week, because you'll be eating the buckle one way or another. Bye, folks.